You want your car to stay at the right temperature while driving. However, sometimes the blower motor resistor can fail, making your ride less comfortable. So, in this video, we'll explain what the blower motor resistor does and where it's located in your car. We'll also show you how to check if it's working properly and give you an idea of the repair costs involved. Let's get started. The blower motor resistor controls the speed of the blower motor by regulating the amount of power it receives. You can typically find the resistors located next to the blower motor, either under the glove box compartment or on the firewall. Now let's take a closer look at the signs that indicate a bad blower motor resistor. Symptom number 1, no air coming from vents. When the blower motor resistor fails, it can cut off power to the blower motor, so no air comes from the vents. That is why when air stops blowing from the vents, it's a very frustrating problem. In extreme weather, you'll feel uncomfortably hot or cold without air coming from the vents. Opening windows can help, but it's not always practical, especially in bad weather. It's important to have a professional diagnose this issue because the blower motor itself might be faulty. But before assuming it's the resistor, check other parts like the ground, fuse, motor, switch, and connectors, as they could also be the cause. And to fix the problem for good, make sure to replace the right part. Symptom number 2, airflow settings not working. If you're having trouble adjusting the airflow settings, the blower motor resistor might be causing the issue. This happens when internal parts stop working right or there's a short circuit. For example, you might not be able to use the higher fan speeds, but can still use the lower ones. However, a faulty blower motor switch can also cause similar problems. That's why it's important to diagnose the problem correctly before replacing any parts. Symptom number 3, blower motor only works on one speed. Most modern heaters and air conditioners allow for easy adjustment of the fan speed. The blower motor resistor is responsible for regulating this speed, so if the fan gets stuck on one setting, such as being unable to switch to a higher speed, it's often a sign that the resistor is faulty. At the same time, when the blower motor resistor fails or shorts out, it can cause the fan to remain stuck at a particular speed. Despite this, you may still receive the desired heat or air output, even without the ability to change the fan speed. Symptom number 4, blower motor works on some speeds and not on others. Resistors can fail for a couple of reasons. One common cause is a faulty blower motor that draws too much current, overheating the resistors. Another reason could be corrosion buildup over time, often due to moisture in the air. Symptom number 5, intermittent or inconsistent fan speed. We've covered the issue where you might only get one speed or setting to work, but another issue to watch for is occasional breakdowns in the system. You might notice bursts of high air pressure that suddenly stop. These intermittent issues often indicate a problem with the blower motor resistor or another electrical issue. So, how do you test a blower motor resistor? 1. If you've checked your heating and cooling system and it seems fine, focus on the blower motor resistor next. A bad resistor often makes the fan work only at certain speeds, but before you start replacing parts, make sure you diagnose the problem right to avoid spending money on things you don't need. 2. Never bypass the blower resistor. It's not safe and could start a fire in your car. Check your service manual first for safe ways to troubleshoot. 3. Look closely at the blower motor resistor. Check for rust or burning marks. If you see any, replace the resistor and any damaged connectors. Make sure the wires are connected properly to stop the problem from coming back. 4. Use a multimeter to check the resistor's resistance. Put one probe on the common output and the other on the input terminals to measure ohms. Look at the diagram in your manual to understand your readings. 5. If the multimeter shows infinite resistance, meaning an open circuit, the resistor is bad and needs replacing. Think about swapping out the fan too if it's running too slow or too fast. 6. Be careful when you handle the blower resistor, especially when it's hooked up and running. It gets hot from the electricity flowing through it, so you could get burned if you touch it. How much would it cost to replace a blower motor resistor? Replacing a blower motor resistor usually costs between $90 and $175. If you're unable to do it yourself, budget around $40 to $100 for the part, and an additional $50 to $75 for labor. It's important to note that a faulty fan motor often causes problems with the blower motor resistor. For a lasting solution, it's recommended to replace both the motor and the resistor together. If the issue is solely with the resistor, this repair is typically one of the more affordable fixes for automotive air conditioning systems. However, additional components may need replacement simultaneously, potentially increasing the overall cost. For instance, if a new motor is required, expect the total price to rise by around $500. If you find videos like this helpful, make sure to like and subscribe so we can assist you fix it.